And thank you so much for having me, and Happy New Year to you. I'm hoping that as we bring in this new year, we bring in this new administration, and listening to the packages that led up into this conversation, we still have a long way to go in the United States. Your correspondents and your reporters share the fact that still today, January 3rd, 2020, you still have many of U.S. law representatives who do not believe that Joe Biden is the rightful 46th president of the United States. And that is really disturbing when we talk about healing, whether it be racial division, political divisiveness. We have to come on one accord. And the same way in 2017, when despite the outcome of the 2016 elections, people said, okay, Donald Trump is president. We're not seeing that same sort of olive branch being extended. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned politically. I'm concerned racially in terms of the divisions that are not only have been extended for decades, centuries in this country, but as we move forward.
Imani, you say we have a long way to go, but are there any even small steps that we can take, that you foresee that we can take in 2021 that might make any sort of difference when we're talking about racial injustice and police brutality?
Absolutely. I think we're seeing from the very onset, the beginning of this Biden and Harris administration, the inclusivity, right? We're seeing for the first time cabinet picks and the way in which they're filling out the administration that truly looks like the fabric of American society. It's diverse, it's inclusive. We're seeing everyone from, whether it be the head of the Interior, the first Native American woman. We're seeing whether it be the head of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, even looking at the head of HUD, Housing and Urban Development. We're finally continuing to see what truly looks like the fabric of America. So I'm hoping at the highest levels, right? Because these are very high levels, right? These are individuals that most Americans, you don't have like interacting with on your daily basis. But we're seeing that there's an administration that is inclusive, which is something that we hadn't seen in the last 4 years. So I am hoping, I am confident, and I am faithful. I want to share with your audience that I am faithful, I am hopeful that as we move into the inauguration of this administration in a couple of weeks, that we are going to see some healing. It's going to take a lot of time. We're healing in the middle of a global pandemic. We're healing in the middle of extreme divisions, racially, economically. There are challenges that we're facing in the United States, but I am confident that with the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris administration, that we're going to have the necessary healing that starts at the top and it's going to work its way down.
And my last question to you, Imani, is this worldwide support for the Black Lives Matter movement. We really saw that in 2020. What do you think may come of that in the future, and how will that help the movement?
Well, I think we have seen, right, globally, the understanding of not only racial reckoning but racial healing, the understanding that to say the phrase, those three words, Black Lives Matter, it is of course the bare minimum to acknowledge that regardless of ethnicity or race or any sort of other division, that we are all one. In the United States, unfortunately, we have that if the color of your skin in particular looks like mine, looks like my son, that we are treated differently, especially when it comes to law enforcement. A lot of this Black Lives Matter movement is focused on police brutality. And I'm really hoping with the new Attorney General, with the new administration, that we're going to see some healing. We're going to see that there is as we've acknowledged, there is a global call for equality. There's a global call to end police brutality, specifically against Black and brown people, in particular in America. But this is also this is nation and international wide. It's not just the United States that we're calling for Black Lives Matter, and that solidarity movement that we're seeing, really bringing in this interconnectedness throughout the entire world, which is what I am incredibly hopeful for, that we are going to see a call for equality, a call for understanding, but a call to end police brutality when it comes to our Black and brown citizens in the United States as well as abroad. So I'm hopeful.
And that message of hope is a good way to end this segment. Imani Cheers with George Washington University. Thanks so much for your insight today.
Thank you for having me.